Just because this group is a little bit more intense than like the regular challenge groups, I feel like it would be good for us to do our pictures and measurements every 2 weeks if you're like really, really on track of everything. I mean, if you're just doing a regular fitness program and you're doing your 80-20 rule with nutrition, you can do it every 30 days. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's going to be a personal preference. I say this every time with everything. But like, so for me, training for a show, like I'm doing fasted cardio 3 days a week. I'm, a lot more strict with my nutrition than I used to be. So I do want to take mine every 2 weeks just because it's more to show for part of your transformation.
How do you know how often to do fasted cardio? I'm not doing a show or anything, but I really want to lean out. So to do it 5 days, only 3 days?
Well, that's why I like to do the pictures and measurements every 2 weeks to see where you're at and how your body's changing. Okay. Because you're the only one who knows your body, but if you've never done this, it's a trial and error. So, for me, like I know how my body works, so I already know what I need to do. But like, depending on how my kids are waking up right now, depending on how fast you want to lose and how much you want to lose or how much you want to tone, like there are people who are already thin who don't really need fasting cardio. There are people who, like for me, I want to get really, really lean. So I am doing fasting cardio 3 days a week. But like, depending on what my pictures look like, if, I'm this far out from my show and I'm really lean, I can focus on bulking a little bit more and less fasting cardio. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does actually.
So really there are people who don't need fasting cardio, but there are people who, good morning, but there are people who may need a little extra,
Okay.
But I wouldn't recommend doing like a whole crap ton every day. Yes, you can go. Good morning, can I have a kiss? Love you. Your back looks good, honey. It's healing really well. All right. Hi, Maria. You made it on the call. Morning.
I did.
You're like our fan favorite. Everyone loves you. I'm glad that you're on. I love you.
Well, I just hope I can help.
Oh, you'll be able to. I think we should just tag team this group. I'm making you an admin. Admin. I said admit. All right. So, Courtney, sorry, we were talking. I didn't know. Did I answer your question?
Good. Yeah, no, you did. And I've been doing it for a week now, and I just did Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I did a little bit this morning, and I can already tell a difference.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get scale obsessed, so I need to stop that. But
how often?
I have noticed. I do it every morning.
I was like that too. I used to do it every morning and evening.
Yeah, every morning, like as soon as I wake up, I do it, but I have noticed, I'm like, oh, this is working. This is good, but
sometimes, I don't know, like if it's going to be to the point where you're, okay, I don't know, but I can't get up right now. If there's something in there, flush the toilet and then go to the bathroom.
I have kids too.
I went to the bathroom and didn't flush. Okay, sorry, guys. I don't know, like if depending on like how much you change, looking at the scale isn't always a bad thing unless you get obsessed where you are going to starve yourself of eating,
Yeah, I'm not like that.
But it's one of those things that it is nice to keep track of, so when you're doing fasting cardio this day, when your nutrition is on point this day, that you know how your body's going to respond and what, how it's going to work.
Yeah.
But I do recommend trying to weigh yourself once a week.
I know.
Sometimes I get carried. Sometimes I do it. Sometimes I do it like every 4 days, but a lot better than what I used to be. Hold on, guys. Maria, take over for a sec.
Yes. Okay. Who has a question?
So I have a question.
Okay. Okay. I have been doing the Countdown to Competition 21-day fix plan for like 2 weeks, and I've noticed that I've gained weight, which I'm not really like I want to lose weight, but I'm not like, oh my gosh, I gained weight because I know muscle, whatever. But I've gained like inches. So I don't know if I should switch it up and try to do the macro stuff, because I've done that in the past and it's worked. And I don't know like what kind of workouts, if I'm going to add the fasted cardio like 2 or 3 times a week and see how that works this week. But I don't know any advice on that?
So you're doing the Countdown to Competition plan and it's basically not working.
Right.
But you've done macros before and they worked.
Yeah.
Well.
Oh, well, yeah. But I feel like bad if I'm telling everybody to do like the 21-day fix, the portion controls, and like I'm not doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I get that because like I've been there. But like the thing is like as much as those programs work, like they still aren't for everybody.
That's true.
So like you've tried it, you have feedback. Like I tried it and that way I could give feedback to my people, but like coming from the background that I have, like mentally, like I couldn't do it for more than a week because working off of a list like made me crazy.
Right.
So, I mean, I think it's just one of those, like, now you'll have something else though to offer them if they're like, okay, I'm sticking to this 21-day fix plan and it's not working. You can say, well,
right.
And you have the macros to offer.
Do you suggest like any certain like workout plan? Because I want to lose like 30 pounds. So like I'm still there and I know nutrition's the way to go, but I still do want to work out and like add the muscle and lean out too.
Right. Do you want to do 2 workouts a day? Like, is that like, do you want to follow kind of like what everybody's doing or?
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind that because I teach and I get up early anyway. And then I get home, I'm close. So it's not, I don't have a long commute or anything. So I can.
What workout program are you doing right now?
I've been doing 21-day fix extreme.
Okay.
So
Deidre, do you guys normally do that as your fasted cardio or?
I was doing that as my fasted cardio because my regular like weight training days, I isolate my muscle groups. So that would be more like a fasting cardio for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you suggest like more of like the Body Beast or some Chilean Extreme, something like that?
Anything with weights.
Hammer and chisel. I mean, I have that and I love that. So
hammer and chisel would be good to add as a second workout.
Okay.
Maybe if you're doing the 21-day fix extreme, maybe not do them both every day though. I would just start out similar, maybe like the fasted cardio 2 to 3 days a week and see how it goes. But I really think the caloric intake makes a huge difference. If you're doing like 1,200 calories all the time, your body's going to adapt to that and there's going to be no change because it's at a plateau.
Right.
Your body needs a change and your body does need those calories, especially, if you're based on your height and your weight and your activity level, your body's going to need that.
Right. Okay.
So basically if you're maintaining that 1,200 calories all the time, then you're basically kind of putting your body in a starvation mode if you're working out a lot and burning those extra calories.
Right. Okay.
You can only do that for so long.
Yeah.
So I think changing it up and adding more calories, doing the macros if it is working for you or has worked for you in the past, and then adding in like if you want to do hammer and chisel, do that, and then the 21-day fix extreme has weights pretty much in every workout too.
Right. I can do it differently. I'm not like sold on 21-day fix extreme.
You what?
I said I could do a different program. Like I could do T25 or whatever. I'm not like sold on that program.
What do you have Insanity Max 30?
I don't.
I love that. Is my fasted cardio.
Okay.
I mean, it could be something that you invest in and try. I go back and forth. I do 21 or T25 and Max 30 as my fasting cardios.
Okay.
Sometimes I just do that incline on the treadmill too, or some running and lunges on the treadmill. But yeah, I think that those 2 programs would be good to do for cardio. See how it goes, and then you have your weight training in the afternoon.
Okay. So I'll do that, and then I'll start hammer and chisel because I love that program anyway, so I'm not mad about it.
And I think for you, since you are doing all this trial and error, doing your pictures and measurements every 2 weeks is going to be good for you to see how your body is responding.
Right. I was happy about it. I was like, I need to change.
Yeah. Okay. So you would be changing your caloric intake. Are you doing 1,200 calories?
No. I'm in like the third like meal plan bracket for the 21 Day Fix Extreme. So it's like 1,800.
Okay.
So, and I have it, like, I get all the food and I get it in where I can, so.
Yeah. And it is all like clean?
Yeah.
Okay. One cheat meal a week?
What was that?
Are you doing any cheat meals?
I've done a cheat meal. I did it yesterday, but I've been like, I do one cheat meal and then the rest of the week is fine.
Perfect. I don't know. I like having a cheat meal a week. I think that it's something our body needs because it like tricks your body a little bit.
Yeah.
So, and takes you off the plateau. Like when I have a cheat meal, if I'm only having one cheat meal a week, I usually feel amazing the next day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know, but changing up your caloric intake. So with hammer and chisel and doing the fasting cardio, you'll probably eat a little bit more calories.
Okay.
Whether it's in the 2,000 bracket or, would she probably be in the 2,000 bracket, Maria? Yeah. Okay. So I wouldn't bump it like a whole lot. So maybe do the 2,000 bracket for 2 weeks and do T25 if you don't have that yet, or if you don't have max 30 yet, do T25 3 days a week.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
I'm excited to see how you do with it.
I am too. I'm pumped.
Good.
I have a question.
Okay.
Okay, so I watched on the previous call. I wasn't able to get on, but I rewatched it. And the macros. I don't know what the heck I'm doing when I'm figuring this out, but I know I had like sent you a message or like commented with the amount of, I think, like protein intake that my prep coach wanted me to have.
Weren't you at like 300 and something?
It was nuts. So I was trying, so this week I thought I'm just gonna, because the containers, like it was hard for me to wrap my head around what she wanted me to do since she has me set up with 6 meals a day, which is okay. Yeah. But it was like, this is what you're going to have these 6 meals as far as like each food group. And that was hard for me because I like to kind of be able to have variety if I want to eat, more carbs at this time and less maybe like have a shake later or something. So I was like, I'm just going to give this a try this week and figure it out and see how it works. And it wasn't as bad. Like I just made it as simple as possible. Mm-hmm. But I really feel like, I don't know. I wanted to try the macros. She's not really all for that. She would rather just give me like a measurement and this is what you stick with. But I would like to try it. My question is, I don't know how to incorporate it in my meal plan. Like I guess like I figured out how much of each I need to have, but then where do I go from that point?
Did you break it down by the 6 meals?
Yes.
And maybe like the carbs and fat. I don't know, Maria, how you do it, but like I don't have carbs and fat every single meal because at the end of the day, I don't want all those carbs.
Right.
But I do like healthy fats at the end of my day.
Okay.
So like I try to stagger them. Maria, what do you do for yours?
I don't have like a set like 6 meal like breakdown or whatever. What I do is like I just like plan like what I want to eat food wise for the day. Like, and then I pull out my phone and I say like, okay, like for breakfast, I want to have, eggs and oatmeal. So like I'll plug that in my phone in MyFitnessPal. And like what I'll do is I just kind of like go through with like serving sizes. And then like say like lunch, I want like chicken, sweet potato, and broccoli. So I'll put in like 100 grams of chicken, 100 grams of sweet potato, and 100 grams of broccoli. And I'll like go through my whole day. And then at the bottom, like, and then if you turn your phone sideways, it gives you your totals at the bottom. So then I like look at that, or I kind of do it like sometimes like part of the way through. And I just like look and it's like, oh, I still have 50 grams of carbs. Then I can eat this for dinner or like this amount of it for dinner. Or I'll go back and be like, oh, well, if I change that to 75 grams instead of 100 grams, that takes 10 grams of carbs off.
Okay.
And then so I just like, it's literally like trial and error, just like playing around with like plugging it in.
Okay.
And like at the end of the day, if I'm like, I need 10 grams of protein, 4 grams of fat, and, 20 carbs, I just look through the kitchen and I'm like, but sometimes you can plan that out the day before, but if I don't plan it, then I just like, okay, well, it looks like I'm having a whole egg and an egg white and half of an apple,
Okay. So when you guys are figuring out how much of each is in like a specific food, you're looking at, I guess for most stuff that has a label, you're looking at your protein, your carbs, and your fat. Is that right? And then
Yes.
Okay, adding those to your totals. Okay.
And that's where, honestly, like when you first start counting macros, it is easier to choose like plain food.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously it's not as easy to make like a casserole and account for your macros. Like that does take, there is a part in MyFitnessPal where you can put in a recipe and it makes it super easy. But when I first started, I stuck to, a lot of like your container foods, sweet potatoes, chicken, fish, rice, like things that are, but you still have to realize that like broccoli, there's protein in broccoli. So like you can't just look at it as like only a carb, because after you account for so much of it, there's like 4 grams of protein in it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So you have it just kind of makes you more aware of like what's in your foods.
I think whenever I was like first like looking into doing this, I was like, oh, chicken, that's all protein. And like you said, broccoli, I would think that would be like a veggie. So that doesn't count.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you. That helps.
You're welcome.
I'm officially downloading MyFitnessPal because it is way too easy to not be doing it.
You don't have it?
How do you track everything?
I mean, I have it. Well, that's I know what I need. I just know. So I guesstimate everything.
That's your problem. Plus or minus 5 grams, lady.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Put it in your phone. Plus or minus 5 grams. Get consistent and stick to it.
I am consistent with what I do. It just works for me. But I think it would be easier to use MyFitnessPal so I can tell others about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I never knew they counted macros on it, because when I used to use MyFitnessPal, I would only count calories. I only switched over to macros last year, and I didn't needed it. I just would each week I would go and figure out what I need.
Yeah.
And it
helps. Like I think it helps because then like if you are approached in a situation where, okay, I don't have food with me, but I'm starving or something like that, and you stop and you buy something, like a lot of times it's easy to think like that whole mentality of like one bad thing means like that my whole day is terrible. But if you would like, just like think of like an office setting. So somebody brings in donuts for the morning and you're tempted and you eat a donut. Originally, everybody's like, okay, well, my whole day's crap. Like that was terrible. But if you plug that into MyFitnessPal, you can just adjust your lunch, your snacks, and your dinner and say like, well, you know what? I used more carbs and more fat. But if I take that off my dinner and I take that off of my snacks or my lunch or whatever, then all of a sudden you have the exact same macros that you were supposed to have. And all of a sudden you stop feeling so guilty and you stop sabotaging yourself by eating more donuts or eating pizza because I already ruined my day. And you realize like, okay, like it's not as big of a deal. I'm still on track. Was it healthy? No. But it doesn't mean that you've like completely killed your day like you used to think.
Do you have to pay $10 a month to have macros?
No, only if you want to put them in specifically by the gram. Like I have the free version.
Okay.
So like I just get my numbers close. So like whenever, like right now they're pretty close. But then like when I start reversing and like adding stuff in, I just know like, okay, I need a negative 10 because I need 10 more grams of than what it says.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Deidre, I know that you have competed like obviously before and are working up to it. Do you have like, because here's where I'm at. So I'm at week 8. I feel like crap. Like I feel like I mean, I see like some changes at my arms definitely, but from like
You're 8 weeks out.
mhm.
Okay.
Well, yeah, today would be 8 weeks out. So I'm not going into this with like the mentality that I'm gonna come home as a like I'll feel like a winner, but I'm not gonna come home a winner. So my thing is I just want to get up there and do this and give it all I got. And if it works out, great. If I win. If not, I know what I need to improve on next time. So my thing is though, I feel like it's like I don't know, and I've heard people say like different areas start to show a little bit more on others. My arms, like I'm really happy with, but from like the chest down sucks. Like, I don't know. I mean, have you found like certain areas that that's underwear, when you're preparing that tend to be easier to, I guess, see results?
Yeah. Number one, change your mindset. Do not go into prepping for a show saying, I'm just going to try it and whatever happens, happens, and I'm not looking to win. You have to have the mentality that you are going to win because you're going to place better if you do that.
Okay.
Second thing is, yes. So usually, I mean, we all have different areas that we lose faster than others. Your legs are usually the last to go, and your hips. Those two places are usually last. So, but again, everyone's body is different. But as you dial in the last 4 weeks, especially, you're going to start seeing a big difference.
Okay.
And then when you cut water a little bit too, that's really going to change the back of your legs and the back of your hips.
Oh, it's bad now. I'm like, I send my pictures in every week and I'm like, this is not good, but we'll get there. It's going to be.
Yeah. But I mean, you're going to see more changes from here on out from the last 4 or 6 weeks that you've been training, however long.
Yeah, I called this girl and I was like, so I want to do this next summer. Like, I'm planning on going to Summit. I wanted to be ready for like the classic. And she's like, no, we'll have you ready by November 5th. And this was like in August, I called her and I was like, not prepared for that. But I figure why put it off? Like, if the time is here, do it.
So, okay. Hold on. Sorry. So you've been training for 4 weeks? 5 weeks? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Yeah. I mean, it's going to come with the nutrition, especially at the end, with leaning out the rest of the way. What are your trouble areas?
Definitely like my thighs, my hips. I feel like my lower legs I'm okay with, but my midsection, like abs and thighs.
That's where women hold their fat the most, is in those places. So yeah, it'll start changing. I don't have any like secrets for you other than just keep doing what you're doing. Sorry.
No, you're okay.
But yeah, that was really hard for me when I was training, and it was, I think I had my trainer 7 weeks out, and whenever I would have to go to the gym and put on my bikini, I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to look on stage like this? But it's trusting the process.
That's been the hardest part.
Yeah.
I'm a control freak. Like, I want it all laid out. I want to know when, what I'm going to see. And that's been, she's not even telling me like what my, nutrition is going to be coming forward, like as far as like, what she lays out. And it's been hard to kind of let go of that control.
Well, it's hard to know because especially for your first show, it is complete trial and error. You don't know how your body's going to respond. But after your first show, your body usually responds a whole lot better. Like for my second show that I did, I was able to build a lot more, I was a lot more lean in the areas that I needed to be.
Okay.
But I knew what I needed to do after my first show. And the posing gets a lot better too.
Oh, it's bad.
Are you practicing your posing?
What's that?
Are you practicing your posing?
Yes. And I just have like a regular, like whatever, back of the door mirror. I need to try to figure out, I've been going to classes like Wednesdays. So my plan is every Wednesday up until like showtime to be there. But it's hard whenever I feel like a total goofball, like sexy is not my thing. So for me, to like you know, and then there were guys there this week, totally not prepared for that. So but they were doing their own thing. But like when you get into it, I don't know. I just try to like, you know, she says, pick someone, like pick a celebrity. Like that's who you're going to be today. Like strut your stuff and go. And so we'll see how.
And it's really weird trying to act sexy in front of people.
Yeah. Especially when you're watching yourself and you're like, this is not.
Yeah.
I have a hop going as I'm walking. Put it down.
Oh, that's awesome that you're doing it. I'm excited to see your results.
Thank you.
Who else has questions?
I have one. It's kind of simple. So I've been doing my fasted cardio at like 5:30 in the morning. And then I have a break where I have to like get my kids ready for school, get them to school, and then that is when I need to do my second workout. I'm doing hammer and chisel. So they're kind of close together, but what would you eat? I've just been doing my shake because I don't want to eat too much before my second workout because I don't do well on a really full stomach. But I also really like having my shake in the afternoon as my afternoon snack. So I've been missing that, like for the energy and stuff. I didn't know where I should, I guess, what I should eat in between the two.
How far before are you eating before you work out? Because you said you.
So I'll have my shake. I'll work out like between 5:30 and 6. Then I'll have my shake probably around 7:30, probably 2 hours, and then I will by 9:30 at the very latest. I'm starting on my hammer and chisel, and I'm trying to get all my carbs in the morning too.
Having 7:30, you're having your shake, and then 9:30, you're doing your workout.
Yeah.
I would have more of like a fuller meal, like
oatmeal and
oatmeal, egg whites, a fruit.
Okay. For the first meal.
And then your shake post workout. That's what I do.
Okay.
I think having the extra protein in your shake would help post workout. But having more carbs before would be nice for your energy, for your work.
Okay. I have always thought, and I could be totally wrong because this is all really new to me. I thought after like a heavy lifting day with legs that I should always eat like a sweet potato or something right after to kind of like help fuel with my muscles.
Yes.
That's kind of where I'm getting caught up too. Like I need my shake, but then I've got to eat these carbs, and I don't know. Should I just eat my sweet potato with my shake? Like that's
you can if you want, but you have 17 carbs in your shake too, so just keep that in mind.
Oh, okay, that's true.
Maria, do you want to say something? You look like you want to talk. Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm just listening as far as like you have more time than just like you want to get something in immediately after, but like to have your sweet potato like your next meal is not like, it's still good. Like it's not like, oh, because I couldn't have it immediately after, like especially whenever you're doing something as intense as legs, like you're really breaking your body down. So while having your shake immediately after for all of the like, you know, the vitamins and the nutrients and everything like that, like you still have to be aware the rest of, yes, the rest of the day, but especially that next meal, because you're still like, just because like they say like, oh, within 30 minutes, that doesn't mean that you're completely healed an hour and a half later. Like your body is still broken down. So you don't have to eat it all at once.
Right. So should I just do like after my hammer and chisel, do my shake, a little bit of the recover, and then do that? 'Cause that's not where you were adding the two together, and I like that because I've always done them separate, and I just feel like it's just too much for me
I just like the extra protein.
Or
yeah, especially when you're working. I mean, a leg day is like a really hard workout. It's the biggest muscle, so you want to be able to repair that muscle tissue that you broke down. I mean, I do recover in my shakes after every workout, but especially on those days, you do need the extra protein. Does not hurt.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Carly, your audio is not working. I do fasted cardio 6 days a week. It's always been a routine since this group. I cut my workout from 30 to 20, like you mentioned. I haven't noticed a change. 60 is too much. How was my response? I also do body based 3 to 4 times a week. Following macros not 100% perfect. For 2 weeks getting better. I'm curious if that workout schedule is okay. So when you've always been doing fat, can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. So Maria might say something different because she's a runner. I think fasted cardio 6 days a week is a lot. I would say change it up and see how you do. I mean, how much have you lost by doing that? And what time frame?
I can tell you as a runner, I don't ever do fasted cardio. It makes me nauseous.
Depending on how much you're running too. Like if you're running 5 miles or even, 5 miles or more, like you need to fuel your body before you run because you're going to get sick. Last 2 weeks, 6 pounds. Okay, but how about before that when you are still doing the 6 days a week? Like, is that the 2 weeks, 6 pounds? That's awesome that you lost 6 pounds in 2 weeks. Like, have you been at a plateau before that, or have you been consistently losing that much? Okay. I would not do that much fasted cardio. Go ahead, Maria.
No, because I think she's just going to keep breaking down her muscles.
Yeah.
Because,
I think like 3 days is fine. 4 days is pushing it. Even if you do like 2 days fasted cardio, 2 days your extra cardio, have like a simple carb, 15 to 30 minutes before you actually do it. Because you're going to burn it off anyways. But at least you have something in your body that you're not going to be constantly breaking down, your muscle tissue if you're doing a longer run. But if you're only doing 20 minutes, that's not bad. You should be fine with 20 minutes if you're doing that. So, I mean, if you're used to it and you're afraid of the change, I would at least do 4 or max 4 days a week and then do your 3 to 4 body beast and see how that goes. That's just a lot of fasted cardio. Yeah, but that's awesome that you are getting results. I just want to make sure that what you're losing isn't muscle, because muscle is more dense. It doesn't weigh more than fat, but, if you're losing a lot of weight, you just want to make sure that it's not muscle that you're losing, which you wouldn't lose that much muscle at once, but you know what I mean. Cool. Keep us updated on how it goes. Amanda, question, do you use another protein powder besides Recover? Shakeology and Recover is the only thing I use. And then I add creatine in, and my Focused Energy, and my peanut butter, and spinach, and egg whites. Does anyone else use anything different? Okay. Good. We're product of the products. Who else has questions? Are you guys going to do your 2-week pictures and actually post them? Okay. I'm afraid I'm with you guys. I'm afraid that I'm not going to have any results from my first pictures, but I'm still going to do it just because I want to know where I'm at, and it keeps me accountable. Although what really sucks is my cheat meal is on Sunday. But hopefully, since I've been pretty on track other than a jar of peanut butter the one day. Shit. All right, so I'm having 2 meals. 2 cheat.
Can't you take your pictures before your cheat meal?
Yeah. I just have to do it tomorrow morning then. But yeah, I can do that.
So my prep coach had told me not to call them cheat meals because then you feel guilty, and you shouldn't feel guilty because you're allowed to have that break once in a while. So she said to call them treat meals.
Oh, that's cute, but I don't feel guilty having a cheat meal. It just gives me the opportunity to say I can cheat as much as I want for one meal. But no, treat meal's cute. I like that. I'll do a post in your challenge groups about that. Treat meal versus cheat meal. But I always tell my challengers not to reward ourselves with food because we're not dogs. So if I would say treat meal, I would think that I'm kind of contradicting what I tell them.
Following macros, we just call, like, the nutrition group that I'm in with that, we just call them an untracked meal. Because, like, it doesn't necessarily have to be something, like, completely terrible, but something that, like, is just even some foods are just hard to track. It's just, like, hard to get the breakdown of exactly what you're eating.
That's why I just keep my food so simple.
Mm-hmm.
Because it'll get complicated for me and then I won't count.
Yep.
I think that's where I was like last week coming up with my meal plan. I just was like, how is this going to work?
Yeah.
And Amanda, you had said you used the 21-day fix, like countdown to competition. And I did that. I probably did it 2 weeks ago. I think I was trying to because I felt more in control using that. I was miserable. I was so hungry. I don't know. I don't feel like it was enough.
I don't know. I'm not because I have more, I'm in the higher bracket. So I feel like I'm just trying. There's 9 proteins I was supposed to get in, and I'm just eating protein all day. And it's just nah, not my thing really, but I don't know. I'm excited to change it up.
The only reason I love the 21-day fix containers. I think it's great, especially for people who overeat. But I don't believe in measuring out your vegetables. I don't. Never have, never will. When I was training for my show, I could eat an entire bag of green beans and I would be perfectly fine. There are carbs in them, but there's not, I don't know. I don't believe in counting your vegetables, your greens at least. Carrots has more sugar and carbs than, spinach. So of course you do count that. And green beans is more than broccoli, but yeah, I don't believe that you should limit yourself on vegetables. Well, Misty, can I ask a question? Question coaching related before I hop off? Yeah. Are you guys all coaches in here? Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Well, okay. So I have a woman that really wants to order Shakeology, really bad. And her husband doesn't want her to have something that's coming out of their account. He's real weird about ordering stuff online. Mm-hmm. So I saw in some page that I'm in where people sometimes get preloaded Visa. Okay, is there a certain card that I have to tell her to? It's just a preloaded. If I tell her to get that, she goes and
Visa or MasterCard. Yep.
Okay, all right, because she really wants it, and I thought about her, and I messaged her, and she said, she's already messaged me back and said, yes, tell me what card I need to get. I'll go do it today. Yeah. So just a prepaid, and I saw somebody was having trouble ordering with it. Should I have her put more than I don't know, since it's 130, should I have her put 150 on it or something?
Yeah, she's gonna have to because of the taxes that come out.
Okay.
Yeah, but
those cards, yeah, Misty, those cards won't work sometimes, especially online, if you're charging more than what's on it. Mm-hmm. So if you go to a store and you swipe a gift card and then they're oh, you still owe $3. It won't do that online. So she's gonna have to put more, because it's 151 something. So she'd have to at least have $152.
So she'll have to put a little buffer.
Yeah.
No. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm off. You can hear me now. Yay. Okay, they have to have at least 10% more on it.
Oh.
I work at a credit union. So a lot of times there's pre-authorization charges on there, and they have to make sure that their full amount plus the taxes are going to go through. So what they'll do is if it's 152, they'll usually run it for let's just say 155. And if it's not 155 on there, they'll deny it.
So tell them to put 10% more on it, and then they can just use the $3 like on a pack of gum or something. But it does have to be 10% higher.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna hop off here before this Energize wears
now.
off.
All right. Hey, I'll talk to you, Misty.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Who else? What do we got? We good? Did it help? I want you guys all to do your pictures and measurements and post. There was 160 something people in it. People fell off like flies. I think some of them just want to be flies on the wall and watch and see. What, honey? I'm gonna stop recording.